Bismillah. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. I'm competing against the American civilization manifested in pizza. So it's hot, and I know nothing is worse than a cold pizza. So what do you say that we distribute? You start eating, inshallah. I actually got the cookies. Who knows which month is this? Rabi'ul Awwal, on the 12th of Rabi'ul Awwal? Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When was he born? On which day of the week? Monday. When did he receive the revelation in? On Monday. On which day did he migrate from Mecca to Medina? Monday. And on which day he passed away? Monday. So it's very interesting, right? So with that, this is a beautiful song for little children that will de-stress you. I think, alhamdulillah, by the time you're done eating the pizza and listening to the song, there will be no need for the lecture. So you'll be all having a good time, inshallah. So please go ahead, yeah. After you start eating, I would like to use the first part of the speech. I will speak a lot, don't worry about it. But in the beginning, it will be like a workshop. So the way I know that you're engaged and you're still awake and you're still alive is, inshallah, with your participation. So you're going to speak, and I'm going to ask you for certain things to say. Just speak your mind. There's no right or wrong answer. And we're going to type the answers on the thing, and you will see your own answers, inshallah, because it's just vague answers, inshallah. So go ahead. Bismillah. Allahumma barik lana fima razaqtana wa qina adhab an-nar. Oh Allah, bless the food that you have given us and save us from the punishment of hell. And we're going to need this dua later on as I'm going to go over the presentation, inshallah. I start with the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I like to always start with Surah Al-Fatiha. It has in it a dua for Allah to guide us to that which is right, to the straight path. And we're here looking for guidance. We're here looking for what is right, for what is good. And Surah Al-Fatiha is the opener of the Quran, and inshallah it shall be the opener of our session. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. Bismillah. So, alhamdulillah, today our topic is stress, and who is not stressed out, right? So, inshallah, when we start, I thought that we start first in getting your feedback, so that then I will have also a sense of direction, and we can talk about the things that are concerning to you. So I thought a good start to begin, so that we're all talking about the same thing, is to define what is stress. So anyone in the crowd would like to tell me, throw something out there. Again, there is no right or wrong answer. All of your answers are right. So the question is, how would you define stress? What is stress? You ate too much pizza? What would be stress? Inshallah. So, yes, please.
When you feel overwhelmed and you have too much stuff on your plate.
Okay, when you feel overwhelmed and you have so much stuff on your plate. So that's one thing. Very good. Anyone else would like to add? Yes, please.
When you're worried about something.
Are you typing, inshallah?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Go ahead.
When you're worried about something.
When you're worried about something, you're stressed about something. Okay, Very nice. Someone else I saw raise their hand? Yes.
When you feel like you can't reach the standards that have been set for you.
When you feel that you cannot reach the standards that have been set for you. I like, mashallah. Good. What else? Yes, please. It's the
thoughts that plague you whenever you're doing anything.
the thoughts that plague you. Is that what you said? Right? And prevent you from doing anything? Whenever you do anything, you know. Okay. Very general, very good. Yes, please.
Sometimes when you're feeling really weighed down by like a lot of responsibilities, a lot of concerns, worries, future concerns, tasks, and you just don't know how to manage it all.
So many responsibilities, so many tasks, so many things, and you don't know how to manage it and what to do with it. Yes. More. Anyone else? Did someone has something in your mind or heart that no one else has said that you'd like to share? What is stress to you? Have you ever thought? Because sometimes, you know what's really interesting? Why is this exercise very important? Because sometimes we talk about something for all of our lives, but we never took 5 minutes to think about it. To stop and think. And you know, in general, the word ayah, you know, ayah in the Quran, you know what ayah is? Ayah is something that makes you stop and look and start thinking and wondering and marveling, and you know, that's what causes you to stop and wonder and marvel is an ayah from ta'ayyi. Ta'ayyi means to stop and to, you know, being impressed by something, like you're passing by now. Beautiful butterfly started flying, and now you're, oh my God, look at that, that's so beautiful. That's an ayah, because it stopped you. And Allah tells us in the Quran, think, use your aql, use your mind, use your power of thinking, yatafakkarun, deep thinking, your power of thinking about words, yatadabbarun. So Allah used the word yatadabbarun with the Quran and yatafakkarun with the creation. So if you're thinking and contemplating about the sun or sunrise or the daylight or the moon or the sunset or the night, now you are doing tafakkur. If you're reading something in the world of words, especially the words of the Quran, now you're doing tadabbur. It's just the Arabic language is a rich language and you use different words for different things. So one of the things that help actually fight and counter stress is the ability to just sit down and think, right? The ability to silence all noises. Can you silence all noises? Or do we have to have the headphones and the music running always and something is beating and something is distracting us? Actually, it's a very beautiful exercise to just have a moment of silence and start thinking. So that's what we're doing right now. We're thinking about what is stress. It's not showing, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so.
That's stressful.
That's very stressful. So can someone make sure that the thing is showing and working? Jazakumullah khair. So the idea here is stress. What about this? How about if we think about stress is when the perceived demand exceeds the perceived resources. Whatever is demanding you, you're looking and you're saying, I don't have enough resources. So now you start getting what? You start getting stressed. So you don't get stressed because of nothing. You get stressed when, like the sister said, you have so much responsibility, so much on your plate, so much, and you cannot. Or you have so much expectation from you, so much standards set for you, and you cannot. Or there's so much to do. It's always comes back to what? So much to do and not enough of something. So much demand, but not enough of resources. So, this is not working?
It's not going to the next slide, so I'm not sure why it's doing that.
Yeah, okay. So it's just the slides were helping focus and guiding my thoughts as well as your thoughts. So maybe if it's not working, if someone can, yeah. So this is working.
Yeah, but
okay.
This,
okay.
This setting I can't type. I cannot type.
Okay. So let's go to the next and maybe forget about typing.
Okay.
So can some of you give me stressors? What could be identified with you as a stressor? Something that stresses you out. Yes.
Exams.
Exams. Thank you so much. Yes. School. Hey. That sums it all. Yes. More. What are stresses? Yes. Time. Time is a stressor. Yes. What else? Huh? I'm sorry? Expectations are stressor, yes.
Balancing school and family.
Balancing school and family is a stressor. Yes, thank you. MashaAllah. Student debt is a stressor. Definitely. Absolutely. What else? What do you think? What stresses you out? What is a stressor to you? Friends. Oh my God. Relationships. Tell me about that. Relationship is a major source of stress. Yes. Huh. Finances. Thank you very much. Yes. Cramming, cramming the night before. Yes. To cram all the studies and what? That's very stressful. Yes. Responsibilities. Yes. What else? What do you hear? Yes, please. Figuring out your future and what you're going to do. True. Yes. Huh.
Your limits, like either like your personal limits, what you can and can't do.
Thank you very much. Absolutely. Your limits. Okay. What's a stressor? Huh. Social media is a stressor. Thank you. Okay. That's now being more real. Alhamdulillah. That's good. What else? What's a stressor to you? Politics, okay. Trump every day on the news, right? On every piece of news, it's like, oh my God, what a day without Trump would look like, right? What else? Anyone would like to share? Because we're all learning from each other here of what stresses us out. What stress one person might not stress the other one. And that's normal. We have different strengths and weaknesses. Definitely. What else? Anyone would like to add?
Bad news.
Bad news, okay. Excellent. Okay, so I want you to think with me a little bit here. As people in general, we don't tell the difference between the stressors and the actual causes of stress. So sometimes we come to something that is not stressful and we blame it and we make it stressful, but maybe we need to think deeper to distinguish between two things. For example, some of you said time. Is time a stressor? Or the lack of time a stressor? What if you're having a good time? Is that a stressor? No, it's a good time. It's the opposite. It's a de-stressor, right? Some of you says friends. Correct. Is friendship and friends in general are a stressor, or tangled relationship and complicated and some friends that actually become a stress to you, but lots of your friends and brothers and sisters is why you make it in life. If you want to know quickly my story, I become who I am today because of my friends. Went to school, we moved from one country to another, from Libya to Jordan, and in Jordan, it was my first year, first time in Amman, Jordan, and the kids in the neighborhood said, oh my God, you're a new kid, where did you come from? Da, 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 da. Today, we have a soccer game, so after you're done with your schooling, come and play with us soccer. So I went and played with them soccer. And that day, I was so shocked that nobody was screaming at no one was cussing, no one, Arabs take soccer to heart, like every game is the World Cup. Right. You can be 5 years old, it's still the World Cup. You could be 15 years old, it's still the World Cup. Any game is the World Cup. So there will be blood. So there was no blood, there was no cussing, there was no this. And towards the end of the game, suddenly everybody stopped and both teams started running in the same direction. Now I'm very confused as what's going on, but when everyone is running, I started running too with them naturally. I'm like, where are we going? Just run, run, run. Where are you going? Just run, run, run. And we ran. And after 10 minutes of running, I find myself in front of a building where everyone was running to, and that building was the masjid. And I could not believe my eyes. I said, so that's what we're running for? I mean, I'm born in a religious family. My dad made me memorize Quran when I was like age 1, right? But it's different when your parents are religious and between you falling in love with your own faith. So I'm stopping like, you're serious? Masjid? What? There is a wedding? So we ran for the food and the dessert. They're saying, no, 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 there is no wedding. And now I can't process that. We prayed Maghrib. After Salat al-Maghrib, I'm looking, where is the Aqd Nikah? Where is the wedding? Where is the Mansaf? Where is the Kunafa? Where is... None of that. So we got up and they all went to the back of the masjid and sat in a circle. And I was 13 years old and my teacher was 23 years old. Came with the biggest smile, sat us down. Everyone read one page from the Quran. He gave us one reflection on that one page, just one reflection, and laughed, and we laughed, and this and this and that. And we did that for 2 years. After 1 year, I said, I want to do this for the rest of my life. This is the most fun life one can ever have. So if you ask me, why am I a sheikh today? It's because of friends. So friends could be a source of inspiration. They could be lifetime friends, closer to you than your own brothers and sisters, or there could be a source of stress that you don't want to deal with. So one of the things that we want to differentiate is between are the stressors in our mind, are the culprits, are they the cause, or are they, our perception of them is the cause. Time is not a stressor. Friends are not a stressor. Finances are not stressors. What about when you, inshallah, graduate and start your own company or work at a company, become a big deal and start making lots of money and you start taking vacations all over the world? Finances is not a stressor. Lack of finances, lack of income is a stressor, right? So sometimes we need to tell the difference between this and that. And that's very, very important as we move forward. So if we go to the next point, and it's giving you a hard time, huh?
No, I'm gonna beat it.
Alhamdulillah, inshallah.
Inshallah.
You'll beat it, bismillah. Okay, so stressors do not equal culprits, and now it's still not showing. So,
we're gonna say Bismillah.
bismillah. Okay, let's try again.
There we go.
Okay, and then next. If I'm stressed out, what comes out of that? What are the outcomes? What is the consequences? What are the results? Please. Frustrated. Thank you. Huh? Panic. Oh my God. Huh? Anxiety. Huh? Anger. Oh my God. Yes. Pessimism. Okay. Negativity, right? Okay, more. Huh? Irrational decisions. Yes. Impatience. When you're stressed out, what is the outcome? What's going to come out of that? Think with me. Wrong decisions. Irrational decisions, right? So much could come out of stress. As a matter of fact, you all know, mashallah, and some of you maybe are medical students, I don't know. But you know what? You know what stress does? It makes your heart beat faster. It makes your blood pressure go high. It makes your heart rate goes high. It makes you in the mood of what? Fight or flight. So your body gets affected. Your psychology becomes affected when you're stressed. Huh? Your emotional state becomes affected. Now you're angry or like sad or something, right? And it all goes wrong. Like things start to become blurry, irrational, all of that. So as we speak about that, what else other than stress? What would you name something that not necessarily bothers you, but bothers humanity? Like since we're talking about negativity and negative feelings and negative state of beings, what another state of being people get into? What did we not mention here? We mentioned anxiety. We mentioned panic. We mentioned, what else? What other state of being, emotional state, mental state? Yes? Depression. Thank you so much. More. Yes. Who can? Denial? Yeah, denial. Something hits and denial. What plagues us as human beings? What slows us down? What, devoid us of energy? Yes. For example, getting ill. Yes.
Oh, I was going to say, mention another state of being. Could you say overthinking, maybe?
Overthinking, yes. Which one might say it's another way of describing stress. Please, think with me. We mentioned the most major two ones are stress and depression. Who can talk more? What could stress and depression lead to? So we said stress could lead to A, B, C, D. What depression does lead to? What are the state of beings that we get into as human beings and we feel locked and we feel helpless, right? Yes?
Suicidal thoughts.
Suicidal thoughts, thank you. That might be severe depression that leads to suicidal thoughts. It's real. What else?
Quitting.
Quitting?
Yeah.
Yes, quitting. I don't want to do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. Yes, please.
You lose joy of things that like you once would.
Yes, you lose joy, you lose the taste of life. Yes.
You lose faith as well.
You lose faith as well. Your confidence, you lose confidence. So if we are to put all the negative feelings around, and I want you to think, let's throw them all, they're supposed to be on the screen, everything that you said, but it's not cooperating, so we have to make the best out of it. Stress, depression, sadness, anger, anxiety, panic. You see all of this that plagues us as human beings? Let's just spend 5 seconds, right? A minute thinking about these things, and I want to ask you a question, and the question is, these things, are they a cause in themselves, or are they an effect? Is the stress a cause, or is the stress a result of something? Is depression a cause, or is it an effect? Is panic a cause, or is it an effect? Is anxiety a cause, or it's an effect? That's the question. Because we all suffer from these things, right? All human beings, one way or another, go through these things. So the question that we need to identify in our head so that the picture starts becoming clearer a little bit is, what is this, a cause or is it an effect? All of these negative feelings. Who would say and tell me why? Is it a cause or is it effect? Is stress a cause or is it an effect? Is depression? Yes.
No, it's an effect.
Okay, it's an effect. Continue. Explain.
Because typically something would have happened to make you feel stressed. Doesn't just
Something must have happened to make you feel stressed. Yes.
But then also that stress can lead to other things, so it could also be a cause as well.
Right. So it could be but when it starts as a cause or as an effect? Okay. Think with me, guys. We all get angry, right? Is anger a cause? Do you just like suddenly, boom, you're angry, right? Or something happened or someone makes you angry. No, it's an effect. So if we take all of this, effect, stress, depression, anxiety, and we start adding them up and we start thinking they're an effect. And all of these are things that we go through. So my question to you, what does that tell us about us? What does all of these negative thoughts tell us in general about us as human beings? What does it tell you about yourself? About any human, right? Does it tell you something? Can we reach to the root cause of all of these things? Can we reach maybe to some root cause? It doesn't have to be one root cause. It could be 2, 3. Why do we go through all of this? What could be the deep root cause? Yes?
What I'm thinking is maybe connection to your creator.
It's a what?
How is your connection with your creator?
Okay. So what does all of this tell us about ourselves as human beings? If we human beings get stressed, depressed, anxiety, phobia, panic, anger, sadness, mood swings, all of this is an effect, not a cause. Something happens, we react to it like. Why do we react like that way? Yes?
Because of the thought of that particular moment that leads to it. It's the way we are thinking about something that leads to it.
Okay, I'm just gonna help you think. I'm walking down the street, right? There are 2 brothers. How do I know they're brothers? They're twins. They look alike, right? They're fighting with each other. They're starting to push each other. They got angry. I'm passing by. How much affected am I by this whole scene, knowing that they're brothers, right? And it's not related to me. Am I so much affected by the scene?
It can be affected. Like you can think like, why are they stupid? Why are they doing this? And like
Right.
something that, so it's because you're thinking that way.
How much of your day would you stop and spend time on that scene? Not too much time? طيب, someone is coming and fighting with you and screaming at you. How much are you affected now? A lot.
But
Let me tell
the
you-
way you think that, like you could think that he's just murmuring something and just not concentrate on them.
Right.
It's the way that you think that leads to.
Exactly. So what I'm trying to say is, what does all of this, why do we get stressed? Why do we get depressed? What does that tell us about us? Why? When something happens, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so stressed. There's not enough time. Tomorrow's the test. I'm not studying enough. Oh my God, I didn't do that. Okay, so why? Okay, what if this thing happens? Okay, so let it happen. Why are we scared of it? What gets us so into panic and anxiety? Because of what? Yes?
Looking for a purpose or trying to find out like why.
Okay, so I found why. Why am I cramming? Because I didn't study. I'm still stressed. Yes,
The outcome stresses us, I think.
the outcome. And what is the outcome?
Like the unknown.
The unknown. So, yes.
Should it be the lack of control then? The lack of control we might have over what would end up happening?
So now we're talking about root causes. May Allah bless you. We human beings have a realization about ourselves. We don't have control. Not all the time. We find ourselves in certain situations we have control, certain situations we don't have control. So we don't have control. Why am I so stressed of not studying? Tomorrow is the exam. What's actually stressing me out? Failing. What's going to happen if I fail?
Won't get a job or won't pass.
You won't pass? You won't graduate? What's that going to do to you? You won't get a job. Okay, he just got to the end of it, right? I like that. And what's that going to do to you if you don't get a job? Huh?
You're not going to make money.
You're not going to make money. And what is that going to do to you? You're not going to get married. Okay, let's get to the root of it. I like this, man. MashaAllah, UC Davis. Alhamdulillah. Let me tell you a true story. 2003, I came and I spoke here. And the room was almost exactly the same number. People came after the class, said, we want to learn from you. I said, I live in San Mateo. You want to learn? You got to drive to San Mateo. 40 kids every Friday drove from UC Davis to San Mateo in 3, 4, 5 cars. They lasted 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. That's 2003. They grew up. They got to know each other. Half of them got married to each other. The rest got married to someone else, right? From the family or this or that. Today they're married. They have children. Their children are 6 and 7 years old. And they're still sitting down and learning with me. It's one of the most beautiful stories that I had in any MSA in America. It's very interesting. One of them came to my house for 2 years. May Allah Azza wa Jal have His utmost mercy on her. Sister Heather Robertson. For 2 years she was not Muslim. She was studying law. And she loved the Muslim girls. She loved the Muslim community. She loved the purity. She loved the sisterhood. And I did not question her one day, why you're not becoming Muslim, when you're going to become Muslim. After 2 years, one day, just silently in my house, she came and said, I am ready. I want to convert today. She converted. She graduated, right? Went back to her family in Florida. Then got to know this young Palestinian man who was doing his residency in Alaska. She moved to Alaska, got married and have children. Where did I meet her? Here in UC Davis. And with that group of people. So one day maybe I'll bring some of them here. And they used to have Beit al-Shabab. All the guys lived in one house and all the girls lived in one house. And they were like one big family. And they would go to classes, come back from classes, help one another, like communal living, right? And it was such a beautiful thing. So I have a special place for UC Davis in my heart because I'm still living that reality of 2003 till now. What else? So when we're talking about the cause, right? The cause. What is the root cause of all of this thing? Is because we don't have control. Because if what we are worried about happens, what could happen to us? we get what? Harmed, we get affected, we could lose, we could fail, so do you know what's at the root of all of this?
Wrong decisions?
Huh?
Wrong decisions?
No, at the root of all of this, well, I'm not talking about the symptoms. At the root of all of this is the human realizes he and she are not self-sufficient. You are not self-sufficient. You are destructible. You are not invincible. You're not gonna live forever. You actually could be hurt, right? What happens when you get stressed out? And you go to the doctor and the doctor says, oh, we found something. Now what's happening to you? You're freaking out. You are freaking out. Why? Because you could be hurt. Because you could die. That's why. So, and then someone comes and says, believe in yourself. Rely on yourself. You can do it. You can heal yourself. And you're like, no, I can't. You see, I understand when people say believe in yourself, they mean have confidence. But believe me, language has an effect on us. Believe in myself, what? Believe in myself, what? I have failed myself. Believe in myself, what? What are you talking about? You can do it. I can't. Right? So we human beings, when we cannot do something, we go and manufacture something. We manufacture a car to take us faster. We manufacture an airplane. We manufacture a rocket because we realize we cannot do it. So we have to find something that can help us do it. As human beings, I want you to just realize this. You know what's the root cause of all stress and all anxiety and all phobia and all depression and all fear and freaking out is the thought and the realization. You cannot lie to yourself. Is I could be hurt. I could lose. I could fail. I could die. For God's sake, right? So, of course I'm going to freak out, right? So, just to realize that is a big thing. It's a big realization. If you just give it 5 seconds to simmer in and marinate inside you. Because you know what happens when you're young? You're healthy. You're good looking, right? You're energetic. You can go 3 days without sleeping. And you think you're gonna be like that for a long time. So what happens when people are young and this and this and that? Oh, I don't need anyone. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in religion. I don't believe in and then one mosquito bites you. And the rest is history. Now you're boiling with malaria, which was the cause of the destruction of what? The British Empire. It was malaria. A mosquito carrying the malaria from one person to another. Cholera, right? It's whatever things that this small thing that you can't even see with your own eyes. A virus that by itself cannot survive. It has to find a living cell so that it copies itself. One of the strangest things in creation. It's not a bacteria. Bacteria is an actually living cell. Virus is not a living cell. It's just a DNA that knows how to copies itself once it finds a cell. You take the virus out, the virus dies. It's already dead anyway. You understand? So we realize that what? That we're destructible. The second thing we realize is the second thing that you want to make peace with is the fact that life, whether you're a Muslim or not, believer or not, man or woman, young or old, life is full of surprises. And life is full of stress. And life is stress. Life is nothing but a bunch of obstacles that you have to get over. And if you have nothing to help you cope up with these two facts, one, I'm destructible. And many times I'm self-destructible. I don't even need enemies. I can destroy myself by myself. I could be my worst enemy. That's one. And number two, life is full of surprises, right? So I'm so active. I'm traveling 2-3 years. I'm going all over the world. I'm traveling international. I'm so happy, but I'm not sleeping well. I'm not eating well. And I am thinking I am a sheikh and Allah will take care of me. And I will be good because I'm in the cause of Allah. and I will not be tested and all of that. So I go to the doctor. I said, doctor, I feel like a balloon here, small balloon. They said, let's go and take an ultrasound. So they take an ultrasound. The ultrasound turns into CAT scan. The CAT scan turns into a full body CAT scan. And then they said, we think you have 2 cancers at the same time. I'm like, what? We think you have 2. One is in your thyroid. The other one is stage 3, about to become stage 4 of Hodgkin lymphoma. I'm like, excuse me? Yeah, it's just, we just have to make sure that it is what it is. I'm telling you, my young brothers and sisters, faith works. And faith pays off when you need it the most. Now, probably just you, by hearing the news, the air got sucked out of the room. And you're all like electrocuted, right? Now imagine I am in the room with 2 doctors who are trying to break the news for me. I had 2 choices. 1, to freak out. 2, to just bounce the news off and say, I have something to rely on. And believe it or not, I took that route. There is a switch in your mind that you are in control of and you don't think you are in control of. But that switch, when you turn it on, it works. You just need to build the switch in your head. So do you know what's the point of having a faith? Do you know why we say we're believers and we're Muslims? It's all because of one statement. And what's that statement? La ilaha illallah. There is no God but Allah. Do you know how relaxing is that? Because let me tell you something. You know what you're effectively saying? You're saying, I'm not God. I don't have to heal myself. I don't have to cure myself. I don't have to do anything. I just have to rely on Allah because I'm not Allah. I'm not in control of the world. I'm not in control of when I was born and when I will die. So I have something that is called Allah, who is the creator, and I rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And there is no God but one God. Do you know what's number 1 stressor for everyone in this world? Is when everyone start having a perceived notion that they are God. And you know what life is going to teach you very quickly? That you are not. You will go through one test after another, one trial after another, and what's the result? The result is that you will find that you're not God. So you become frustrated. But I studied. But I don't have enough time. But I'm in control. The perception that you are in control. Yes, we are in control and not in control. We have our circle of choices and we have certain things that we don't have control of simultaneously at the same time. Right now, I am alive. That's not in my control. Why am I not dead? Only Allah knows. People who started chemotherapy with me, 3, 4 brothers, they're all gone. Why they're gone, I'm still alive? It's because I'm not God, nor they are God. It's just that's what happens in life. So the idea here is, when you say that there is no God but one God, you know how much relaxation? Do you know that La ilaha illallah came to that moment to me and it's like someone threw at me a ball, right? Ball of negativity, ball of fear, ball of panic, ball of anxiety to the max. And all what I did is, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. That's what I did mentally. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, La ilaha illallah. I rely on Allah. Allah is my God. And that's it. And from that moment, I started looking, what are the possibilities of survival? And what are the things? And I found good news in the middle of bad news. If there is such a thing as good cancers, if there is such a thing as the best cancer one can have, there's only 2 on the shelf. And everything is under the shelf. There's 2 on the top of the shelf. Those are the 2 cancers that I got. What are the chances that you get the best curable cancers in the market, right? For sale. So the idea is, when you think with me and things overwhelm you and scare you and this and that, that's why you have a faith. And that's why we believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because Allah exists. Because we can see through our daily interactions that we're not in control. That I wake up in the morning with a will wanting to do something, but then I go and something else happens and it stops me. There is a will working sometimes with my will, and sometimes it stops my will. So then that leads us to the point of our faith. You know what this is? This is the biggest de-stressor in the world. I am not God, nor I'm going to pretend to be one, nor I'm going to try to be one. I am this human who's weak but strong, who is destructible but intelligent, who is beautiful but sometimes could be very ugly. I have all of these possibilities, and now it's all about my choices. So what I do, I believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah will take care of me. So that leads us to the next concept here, in which I'm telling you, if tomorrow I say, let's go for a field trip, where are we going? To the museum. How are we going to dress? No. Then I come to you and says, tomorrow we're going field trip. Where are we going? To the beach. I'm going to ask you a question. Would you dress exactly how you're going to go to the beach like you're going to go to the museum? If I say we're going for a hike, would you go to a hike? No. Do you know when I tell you tomorrow we're going to a mountain hike, you wear the right shoes, you wear the right pants, you bring your bottle of water, your backpack, right? You're ready. You know what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us? Allah tells us in the Quran, have the right expectation. Some of you say the word expectation. Have the right expectation. This life is going to be full of problems. This is the nature of life. You have to make peace with that. If you make peace with that, you start enjoying everything. Because now you're not playing God, nor you're pretending to be one, nor you're self-reliant. You just rely on Allah. So what does Allah say? We will certainly test you with some fear and hunger. So, to have fear, does that mean you're a bad believer? No. To have anxiety, does that mean that you're a bad believer? No. To have phobias, does that mean that you have a bad? No. It just means you're a human. And that's what human beings feel. And that's okay. That's why we have Allah. So Allah says, we will certainly test you with some fear and hunger and some loss of positions and lives and crops, but give good news to the steadfast. Those when calamity afflicts them, they say, to God we belong and to Him we shall return. I am not God. I'm a property of God. And Allah is Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. And Allah is Al-Ghafur. And Allah is compassionate. And Allah Azza wa Jal, if He tests you with something and you go through the test, He will reward you in so many ways in this world and in the hereafter you won't even believe it. You will live the happiest. You know, I've heard one sentence early on in my life when I was 18 years old. It changed my life fundamentally. It has to do with stress. I read the statement of one of us salihin, righteous people in the past, from Tabi'een and Tabi'een, the second and third generation. He said this. He said, if Allah is with you, who can be against you? Who can stand against you? No one. And if Allah is against you, who can stand with you? To me, that created a compass in my life that I will be with Allah wherever, because if I'm with Allah, who can stand against me? Not even cancer can stand against you. I tell you, I probably should be a medical study, because every sickness you've heard in your life about, I have had it. The third world sicknesses, I've had them all. I'm still alive in front of you. And as if when I'm tested, as if I went through none of them. Things that would kill you again and again and again. But when you are with Allah, Allah will be with you. And you will not, you're not gonna, nobody's gonna go before it's their time. But are you gonna suffer before it's your time, or are you gonna have a good life quality before it's your time? Everybody's gonna go. But the question is, what kind of life quality you're gonna have? So, if Allah is with you, who can stand against you? If you look at this, upon these are blessings and mercy from their Lord, and these are the guided ones. See? أُولَٰئِكَ عَلَيْهِمْ صَلَوَاتٌ مِّن رَبِّهِمْ. You know how we say, Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammad? You know how we say that? Allah will give, we say, Ya Allah, have your salutations, have your blessings upon the Prophet. Allah said, those who say, to Allah we belong and to Him we shall return, when they say it, it's a mindset. To Allah we can belong. You know, who heard about Umar al-Mukhtar? He fought against the Italians in Libya. So that he got captured after he gave the Italians very hard time, colonialism, right? So the Mussolini general, who was under Mussolini, told him, are you afraid of what I'm going to do to you? So he looked at him and he said, you will do to me whatever he wants you to do to me. I'm not afraid of you. So it's very, very, very interesting to understand that. Look at another concept in our faith. The next slide. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran, Muslims were living in Medina. So the alliance came to destroy them. So you imagine you are in a city and all of Arabia is descending down upon you to wipe you out of existence. So what did people start scaring the Prophet ﷺ and the companions around the Prophet? And they started saying, those to whom the people have said, the people have mobilized against you, so fear them. But this only increased them in faith, and they said, God is enough for us and He is an excellent protector. قالوا حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل. You know what حسبنا الله means? Allah is enough for me. I don't need anyone other than Allah. Let me tell you what I did. I had a plan to go to Morocco before I knew any of this diagnosis, right? So they diagnosed me and they needed to do some tests, but I had a plan to go to Morocco for 10 days. And I know Morocco and I love it, and we're going in December again, taking a group of people to go to Morocco. So the doctor asked me, they were not Muslim. She said, you're not going on your vacation, right? I said, you bet I am. After all of this news, you don't want me to go to my vacation? I am going to my vacation. but we need to do some tests. I said, when is the next test? Oh, it's a biopsy. When is the next biopsy? Oh, it's in this. I said, you know, your next scheduled biopsy, it will take me 10 days to go to Morocco, have a good time, 12 days, and come back, and you still didn't schedule the biopsy for me. She looked at me and she said, that you're strange. Can you tell me more? So I started talking to her about Islam and this and that. She was my doctor at Kaiser. And she said, you know, please stay in touch with me, send me some pictures, this and that. And believe me, those 10 days, going from one mosque to another, crying to Allah, letting my heart out, and praying, looking at people who have nothing, but yet they're happy. We have everything and we don't even know what happiness is. And talking to the people in this, and finding the righteous people in the masajid and asking them, holding their hand, putting it on my neck, and I said, make dua for me. Make dua for me. From one to another, walking into a sewing factory. It's not actually sewing, it's the old way of designing carpets and this. And believe it, it's a 2-story factory. The most sophisticated color patterns, and everyone who's working there is blind. Designing the most sophisticated color patterns. They have been trained well. So I walked in there, started to say salam to every one of them, asked every one of them to make dua for me. They started making immense dua. It uplifted my spirit, and I said, Allah is enough for me. And He's the best to rely on. And I'm not the only story. I'm probably the least fascinating story out there, because I've seen people who literally went to death and came back. So the idea is Allah enough for you? Right? Allah is enough for me, and He's the best one to rely on. وَنِعْمَ الْوَكِيلِ. You see, you're not relying on yourself. You're relying on Allah. And Allah has endless resources. And Allah says, I got you back. I will test you. Then I will help you before the test, during the test, after the test. And when I test you, I'm going to forgive you. And when I test you, I will elevate you. And when I'll test you, I'll do this and I'll do that. And you're going to be having an amazing time. So when you look at that, Allah Azza wa Jal is telling us, so they came back with grace from God. and bounty, no harm having touched them. You see this word, no harm having touched them? I was in Morocco and I talked to a sheikh there. I said, Sheikh, I've been diagnosed and this and this and that. He said, I have an advice for you. Keep on saying, Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. This is what's mentioned in the ayah. I said, can you tell me why? He said, have you not read the ayah? I said, well, I read the ayah, I memorized the ayah, but can you tell me? Because now I'm like, I can't think. He said, read. It says, so they came back with grace from God and bounty, and no harm have touched them. If you keep on saying Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil, you're going to come back to your health and no harm will touch you. And oh my God, that was like the key to all recovery. I just kept on saying Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. I had a dhikr every day. Astaghfirullah 100 times. La ilaha illallah, I'm not God. God will take care of me 100 times. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil 100 times. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. There is no power 100 times. Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un, the ayah before, 100 times. وَأُفَوِّضُ أَمْرِي إِلَى اللَّهِ. I delegate my matter to Allah. إِنَّ اللَّهَ بَصِيرٌ بِالْعِبَادِ. It's all from ayat of the Quran, parts of an ayat. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إني كنت من الظالمين. وَإِذَا مَرِضْتُ فَهُوَ يَشْفِينَ. Sayyidina Ibrahim says, when I become sick, Allah will heal me. So I kept on with these adhkar and I kept on thinking in my head, Allah will take care of it. Allah will take care of it. Don't think, don't go there. No, we're not going to go there. No. That's the fear valley and that's the death valley and that's the panic valley. We're not going there. We're staying here. We're staying in the valley of faith. We're not going to go there. I'm not going to let my mind. And believe it or not, my mind responded. I was surprised. I was surprised of myself. My mind actually responded and it didn't go there. And until today, it didn't go there. And that's it. Just mental decision. I am not going to go there with my mind. That's it. And if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. So there is another thing that I wanted to share with you. The concept of barakah. So maybe I'm talking Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil, this and this. I'm still not making mathematical sense to you. Let me tell you something that is in our faith that you've heard 1,000 times that's called barakah. What is barakah? Barakah is this. In the real world, the resources are limited. 24 hours a day. You cannot change that. Okay. The 24 hours you can accomplish in 24 hours nothing, or you can accomplish 24 things. To bless your time, blessing means value, to have value. For example, Allah tells us in Mecca there is value. The first house established for mankind is the one at Mecca, blessed. You see, blessed in Arabic, Mubarak. Mubarakan wa hudan lil alameen. Do you know what that translates? You go to Mecca, Allahu Akbar, you pray 1 rak'ah. It counts 100,000 rak'ah. You go to Medina, Allahu Akbar, 1 rak'ah. 2 narrations, one says 1,000, one says 50,000. You go to Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa, Allahu Akbar, 1,000 rak'ah, as if you prayed, or 500 rak'ah. What do you call that? You call that value. So when you're trying to think, and you're saying, oh, Shaykh was talking about this, Hasbunallah, but how does that make sense? I'll tell you how it makes sense. You have only 15 minutes to study. You sit down, you take 1 moment, and you say, Ya Allah, bless the time that I have. That 15 minutes is going to be equal to 1.5 hours. And ask me, I've tried that, and it works. You will have no time. You know, I'm notorious for arriving late to the airport. I'm like the one who's running with the bag and the airplane is about to take off, and they stop and then they put me on the plane, metaphorically speaking. But you know how many times I left the house and it's traffic and I should have not made the plane, and it's international flights. They will not wait for you. But Allah puts barakah in the time. You have to understand that there is in our faith something called barakah. What's barakah? Limited resources becomes expanded. The few becomes many. So, what did I ask you to say before you ate? Allahumma barik lana fima razaqtana. People don't know why is this dua. Okay, mashallah, you have rich parents that can make you eat every day from Whole Foods and take all the vitamins needed. But this guy in Africa or in Indonesia or in China, he can only eat bread without even cheese on the top of it. So now here's this one piece of bread. What does it have? Only carbohydrates. What happened to the vitamins? None. Minerals? None. Protein? None. So how is he going to live? So what does he say? Allahumma barik lana fima razaqtana wa qina adhab an-nar. All the nutrition, Allah puts it in that one piece of bread. What's the concept of barakah? Barakah, you have something limited. What causes stress? When the perceived demand is bigger than the perceived resource. What if Allah is blessing your resource? Now, it doesn't matter if you have so much demand. You can do so much in one day because you have so much time. You can do so much with little money. You can do so much with few friends because Allah puts barakah in what you have. And that's something people don't pay attention to. Do you think about barakah? Do you ask for barakah? Do you forget about barakah? Are you only counting the minutes on your watch or on your phone? Because then you're missing a lot. You need to ask for barakah. The Prophet ﷺ asked for barakah for everything. Clothes, Ya Allah, give me barakah in my clothes. Give me barakah in my health. Give me barakah in my food. Give me barakah in my time. Give me barakah in whatever you give me. Even the dua before you eat, it's general. It's actually not for food. Allahumma barik lana fima razaqtana. Ya Allah, bless that which you have given us. Food, time, health, wealth, relationships, anything. Allah will put barakah in it. Limited becomes unlimited. That's a problem with stress. We're all limited, right? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also in the Quran gave us this concept of sabr. What do you understand sabr to be? Something bad hits, and then what? And then you have to have sabr. What's sabr? Sit down. Wait for the thing to go away. Right? What do you have? You have sabr. I have sabr. Ya Allah, please let it go. No. Let me tell you sabr, what it means in the Quran. Sabr has 4 meanings in the Quran. 1, to be consistent and persistent in obeying Allah. So, when you're praying every day consistently, that's called sabr, because you're doing something consistently. 2, when you consistently stay away from haram every day, that's called sabr. 3, when something bad happens and you don't freak out, right? Salama, her husband died. She started crying. The Prophet said, Ya Salama, can I teach you a dua? She said, please, Ya Rasulullah, teach me. He said, say, Ya Allah, reward me for this musibah that happened to me, for this calamity that happened to me, and give me something better than it. And give me something better than it. So when something happens, something is taken away. Oh, it's the end of the world. You know how sometimes we grow up and how we act? You know when that mother promised the 2 years old, well, I'm going to go and take you, buy you ice cream. 4 years old. Oh, ice cream. They go to the ice cream shop. They buy the ice cream cone. They're walking out. He cripples. He falls. The ice cream is on the floor. In the world of the child, what just happened? The world ended. Right? Embarrassment for the whole family. The whole tribe will be embarrassed because of this kid, right? We're going to buy you another one. No! Right? He's so much into the problem, he cannot even hear that they're going to buy him a bigger cone and more flavors. That's it. He's so much consumed. And you know what happens when something hits us? It's always the end of the world for us. There's nothing, even the small thing becomes big thing. And you know what Allah tells you? I will replace you with something better than it. I will replace you with something better than it. You know, when I used to go and make my physical tests, my entire life, I have problem with my liver functions. I have problem with my kidney functions. I have problem with my pancreatic functions. I have problem with my spleen functions. Do you know that after the chemotherapy of 6 months and going through surgery, I come back today, everything is functioning perfectly better than it ever functioned in my life. You understand? Allah takes something, He gives you something better than it. It's not the end of the world. But you have to open your mind to the possibility of what? The possibility that something better could come. It's not the end of the world. No, but I want this one. Come on, grow up. So what it is, Allah Azza wa Jal says, وَاصْبِرْ وَمَا صَبْرُكَ إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ. And this is amazing about Islam. This is what makes me love my faith. I don't know why people sometimes think Islam is too much. and too overburdening and too restricting and too this and too that and too many rules and regulations. As a matter of fact, I have not seen any deen in which Allah says, if you just want to worship me, I'll help you out. Like our job is to worship Allah, right? Allah gives you food, drink, time, life, health, family, money, everything. You just have to say thank you through salah. Allah says, and by the way, when you say thank you, if you need some help, I'll help you. Does it get any easier than that? I mean, do you pay attention to what you're reading? إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ. When I worship you, I'll seek your help. Allah says, sure, go ahead. I'll help you. Even when you worship Allah, even when you want to say it to Allah, Allah says, I will help you. So what does Allah tell His Prophet? And so be patient. Your patience is solely from Allah. Even when you say, but Sheikh, I don't have patience. I know you don't have patience. Who does? I know you don't have patience. Do you want to have patience? Yes, please. Ask Allah. He'll deliver it to your room. Maryam is sitting in her room worshipping Allah. Yahya walks, alayhi salam, Zakaria walks into the room. Who brought this? Where's this fruit from? I didn't bring it. She said, قالت هو من عند الله. This is from Allah. It was not delivery to the door, it was delivery to the room. So it skipped the door. So Zakaria didn't see the food when it was getting delivered, because it got delivered to the room through the window. You understand? So as we grow older, you know, at this age, you're not far from your childhood. You all, because I remember myself, you all look old and like you got it and confused. And you're like, I hate this. I want to go back to kindergarten, right? I was just talking to a 19 years old, seriously, like 2-3 days ago. And he was opening his heart to me and like we're very close. So he said, I hate this. I want to go back to kindergarten. This is so stressful. Why did I wish that I wanted to become older and I want to have my own car and I want to have my own. Now I have my own car and I hate it. I don't want any of it. I want to go back and just hide in my bed, right? So this is what happens. It's okay that you don't know. You know, you get stressed out. Expectations. You're not figuring out life. Life is difficult. Life needs someone to figure it out. Do you know what? Nobody figured out life. You live, you learn. No one knows everything except Allah. Nobody figured it out. You live and you learn, and you will keep on making mistakes to the day you die. And that's fine. That's what it means to be a human. So, Allah Azza wa Jal, look how the Prophet ﷺ takes that ayah in which tell him, be patient, your patience is only from Allah. So now Abu Bakr and Rasulullah in the cave of Hira, they're moving from Mecca to Medina. Everybody's chasing them. And Abu Bakr is so stressed out about Rasulullah ﷺ. I mean, very interesting. Before they walked in Ghar Thawr, he says to the Prophet, wait outside. He goes, investigates. He finds holes. He takes his garment. He cuts it into pieces. He rolled the pieces. He put them in the holes because holes bring out snakes and scorpions. So he went into all the holes except one hole. So he walks in, he sits down, he tells the Prophet, you can come in now. The Prophet walks in, sits down next to him. The Prophet ﷺ is so tired because climbing the mountain of Thawr is very difficult. It's a 45 inclination. So he sits down and he falls asleep, Rasulullah, on the thigh of Abu Bakr. Abu Bakr, his heel is in one of the holes. The only hole that he didn't find a piece of cloth to slide. And sure enough, there was a snake. And it bit him. And the venom started running through his house, through his blood. And now he's sweating and he's crying, but he doesn't want to wake up the Prophet ﷺ from his sleep. And Rasulullah ﷺ, when the drops of sweat and tears fell from Abu Bakr, he woke up. He said, what's going on? He said, Ya Rasulullah, I got bit from that hole. Rasulullah ﷺ takes his heel, spit in it, and it heals instantly. And he looks at Abu Bakr, he's all stressed out. So what does Allah quote Rasulullah saying to Abu Bakr in the cave? He said to his friend, do not worry. Isn't that stress? Do not worry, God is with us. La tahzan, inna Allah ma'ana. Allah is with us. You see, Allah is with everyone. Allah knows what everyone is doing. But Allah is Allah with you? With His mercy? Is Allah with you with His support? Or is Allah with you only with His knowledge? Because Allah is with you and Allah is with everyone, Muslim or not. So look at the Prophet ﷺ, and God made His tranquility descend upon him and supported him with forces you did not see. He said, don't worry, Allah is with us. Allah sent down tranquility. You see, you guys you don't know that you might surprise yourself. One day you're so stressed out and you say, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Ya Allah help me. And then Allah will send and you will surprise yourself. You will surprise yourself. Let Allah surprise you. Give it the chance. Give it the opportunity. Don't block. Most of us stand in the way of our own self from Allah blessing you and supporting you. You just gotta let it happen. You just allow it to happen. Allow it to happen. Allah Azza wa Jal in the next ayah tells us, and seek the help of sabr and salah. Seek the help of sabr and salah. I seek the help of sabr. I thought sabr is when something bad happens. This ayah is very interesting. This ayah is telling you, keep doing what you need to do. Stay consistent, stay focused, and stay with Allah with your prayers. You know what's the biggest de-stressor that Allah gave us? Salah. Look, in the day, there's so much noise. Everybody's talking. When you pray in the day, Dhuhr and Asr are silent to counter the noise. You know when you are in a room and everybody's talking, then suddenly everybody stops talking? You know sometimes this weird thing happens. Nobody agreed to stop talking at the same time, but they all suddenly, then they look at each other, and then they go, and the noise starts spreading again. You know what happens? You go from noisy day, you pray silent salah. At night, it's silent, so you raise your voice. So what are you doing? You're capturing your own attention. You're capturing your own imagination, and you're saying, everything behind me. I throw everything behind me, and I submit to Allah. And may my good side be above my bad side. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. And you focus, and you drop everything. Allahu Akbar. Allah is greater than what? Allahu Akbar than my worries. Allahu Akbar than my stress. Allahu Akbar than my grievances. Allahu Akbar than my depression. Allahu Akbar than my sadness. Allahu Akbar than my financial problems. Allahu Akbar than my health problems. Allahu Akbar than my family problems. Allahu Akbar than my relationship problems. Allah is greater. Allah is greater. Allah is greater. Allah is the greatest. And you keep on saying that, Allahu Akbar. Sami Allahu liman hamid. Allahu Akbar. And you're not realizing what you're saying. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar than what? Than whatever is trying to distract you. So you say, Allahu Akbar. I did not study enough. That's the thought, right? Comes. This is what happens, right? So immediately your thought comes in. So you need to say, no, Allah is greater than that. Allah will help me. Allah will take care of it, right? And if I need to fix myself next time and study early, then I need to do that. Okay? So you think, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Halfway you're saying أعوذ بالله. Oh my God, you didn't submit that paper. Bismillahir. Oh my God, you didn't meet the deadline. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. I didn't give her back her book. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. I didn't sleep yesterday. I cannot take the test today. You see, your brain, where is your mind wants to go? It wants to go anywhere but Allah. It wants to go on self-reliance. Where do you take your mind? Back to reliance to Allah. وَاسْتَعِينُوا بِالصَّبْرِ وَالصَّلَاةِ. Seek the help of sabr and salah. If you just allow yourself to focus instead of being bothered by salah, it should be your source of strength. For God's sake, people wake up. Do you know when is the health clubs in America are full the most? Between 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock a.m. We're complaining about Fajr next to your bed. And people are going out and working out and they're doing yoga. And we had to wait for Dr. Oz, whose name is Muhammad Oz, right? Mehmet Oz from Turkey, to come on Oprah show and says, you have to do yoga 5 times a day. And this is how you do. You have to stretch like that. Then you have to stretch like that. Then you have to stretch back like that. And then he's doing salah. Watch it. It's on YouTube. Dr. Oz telling Oprah, describing for her salah without talking about salah. So you understand what's happening? Salah It's not something that you feel burdened with. Your religion is not a burden. Your religion came to lift up the burdens from your shoulders and give it to Allah. You say, Ya Allah, I'm going to give you my burdens. I'm going to take care of myself. Look at how the Prophet ﷺ, if we move forward. You're feeling stressed. You're feeling weak. You're feeling overwhelmed. Read this shakwa, this complaint from Rasulullah ﷺ to his Lord. Very beautiful. Allahumma inni ashku ilayka ضعف قوتي وقلة حيلتي وهواني على الناس يا أرحم الراحمين أنت ربي ورب المستضعفين أو أنت رب المستضعفين وأنت ربي. Translation: this is the beginning of the dua. Oh Allah, I appeal to you for the weakness of my strength. Look, instead of I am strong, I can do it. Ya Allah, I complain to you. I'm telling you about the weakness of my strength and my limited power. You guys talked about limited. وَقِلَّةَ حِيلَتِي. You know, hila in Arabic also means plans. My plans are not working. 10 years Rasulullah is in Mecca. He goes to Ta'if. They stone him. He's coming back and he sits down and he starts making this dua. Every Muslim shall memorize this dua. Allahumma inni ashku. And the treatment of contempt and humiliation from people. Who's talking? The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Who's he complaining to? Allah. Who's he letting his heart to? Allah Azza wa Jal. You understand? He's giving it, and he says, to you. And then he says, and the treatment of the contempts and the humiliation from people, to you. The most, I'm complaining to you, Ya Allah, the most merciful of all merciful ones. You are the Lord of the oppressed, and you are my Lord. So the next slide has the full dua, right? So I'm going to say, you repeat after me, because this is, if you need to know something and remember something, add this to your memorization. Ready? Are you ready to de-stress? This is the mother of it all. This is beautiful here. Allahumma inni ashku ilayka ضعف قوتي وقلة حيلتي وهواني على الناس أنت أرحم الراحمين أنت رب المستضعفين وأنت ربي إلى من تكلني إلى بعيد يتجهمني أو إلى عدو ملكته أمري إن لم يكن بك غضب علي فلا أبالي ولكن عافيتك أوسع لي أعوذ بنور وجهك الذي أشرقت به الظلمات وصلح عليه أمر الدنيا والآخرة أن تنزل بي سخطك أو يحل علي غضبك لك العتبى حتى ترضى ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بك. This is the dua Rasulullah made after coming from Ta'if, being stoned, and 10 years of dark years. Muslims left to Abyssinia twice. They tortured Bilal. They killed the parents of Ammar ibn Yasir. Both of them got killed in front of them. They put Muslims in sanctions, siege and embargo for 3 years. It's dark, 10 years, and nothing is working. Nothing. So Rasulullah says, Ya Allah, I complain to you the weakness of my strength, and my plans are not working, and I am so insignificant in the eyes of people. Look, they just stoned me, right? You are the most merciful. Look, this did not make him lose the faith in Allah. This made him run to Allah instead of, why is this happening to me? We're going to explain right now, why is this happening? And you are the most merciful. And you are the Lord of those who are oppressed and taken advantage of. And you are my Lord. Ya Allah, look how he's complaining to Allah. He's talking to Allah like a friend. Ya Allah, to whom you leave with me? To whom you leave me? To a friend, to my people, my city of Mecca, who owned, I cannot go anywhere without I am under their eyes. They own, like I'm under their control. Or to someone who's from far away who attacks me, when they attacked him and stoned him and he started bleeding. Ya Allah, if you are not angry with me, then I don't mind. If you're not angry with me, then I don't mind, Ya Allah. But your safety is better for me. I want your safety. I want your safety, Ya Allah. I'm going through the test. I want you with me, but I want an end to this. It's okay, you can ask Allah that. Even the Prophet ﷺ asked, and I seek refuge with the light of your face, Ya Allah, that all darknesses lit for the light of your face. And everything got fixed in dunya and akhirah because of light first. I seek refuge that you're not punishing me or you're not angry with me, but I shall thank you till you are pleased with me, and I have no power, no control except with you. So the idea here, if you look at, this is the mindset of the Prophet ﷺ. If you look to the next mindset, let me show you the next mindset. Allahumma, this is a dua. This is what's going to make a lion out of you. Nothing can stand in your face. Look at this dua. This is like designed for 2020. For all the difficulties of maybe a startup company or someone who wants to accomplish so much in life. Ya Allah, I ask you the goodness of this day. Fathahu wa nasrahu wa nurahu wa barakatahu wa huda. I want whatever I can conquer today, I want to conquer it. Whatever I can win today, I want to win it. Whatever enlightenment I can get today, I want the enlightenment of today. Whatever barakah, value, more time, more money, more blessings, things are not limited anymore. Wa barakatahu wa hudah, and whatever guidance I can get. Wa a'udhu bika, and I seek refuge in you from the evil of today and the evil of what comes after. Let me summarize human thoughts every day for every human. You know, when human beings wake up in the morning, what are they thinking? Two things. There are things that I wish that they could happen today, and there are things that I wish that they will not happen today. This is what every human thinks every day. When you wake up in the morning, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to finish this homework, I want to do this test, I want to do this, I want to visit, and I want to call her. This is what I want to do. Ya Allah, please. That's if you remember to say Ya Allah, please. But every human has a list of I want to do. And every human, I hope I'm not sick. I hope the test result doesn't come and I'm too low. I hope this, please, I don't want this to happen. I don't want this to happen. There's a list of things you don't want to happen today. That's what every human wakes up with every day. You know what this is saying? You're saying, Ya Allah, I want to conquer today. I want to win today. I want the blessing of today. I want the enlightenment of today. And I want the guidance of today. And I don't want any of its evil or any of its harm. Now, what happens if after you say this dua, or you read قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِالْفَلَقِ قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِالنَّاسِ and Ayatul Kursi in the morning? Adhkar al-Sabah. Something the Prophet, when he used to wake up in the morning, he used to put his mind in the right mindset. How does he put his mind in the right mindset? By saying things that he's thinking about, and he aligns his heart, his mind, his soul with his tongue. I wake up in the morning and all kingdom belongs to Allah. I wake up in the morning and all power belongs to Allah. Ya Allah, I wake up this morning and I bear witness that there is no God but you. Ya Allah, I wake up this morning and I seek your blessings. Ya Allah, I wake up. He's aligning his head thought, right? It's not me. I'm not God. I'm not God. Ya Allah, you are God. Take care of me. Ya Allah, I start the day with you. I seek your protection from anything. I seek your protection from any harm, and I want all the benefit. Now, you do all of that and something bad happens. Oh, I'm shocked at my faith. I made my adhkar today, but still something bad happens. What kind of teaching is that? What are you talking to us, Sheikh? And all the Imams. I did everything that I need to do, but it didn't work. Okay. When you make these du'as and the adhkar and something bad happens, smile. Because only something good is going to come out of that bad thing. Because if you trust Allah, Allah Azza wa Jal is looking at your entire life. What do you want? What do you want? You want today to be good. Look what Allah is looking at. Allah is looking at today, tomorrow, after tomorrow, all the way to the end of your life. And then Allah is looking at your grave, and God knows how long you're going to stay in your grave, for sure longer than you lived on planet Earth. Then Allah is looking at you on the day of judgment, and all the dua that you're going to, and the crying you're going to do on the day of judgment. Then Allah is looking how you can go to heaven, Jannah. And now Allah is coming today and doing what is necessary to happen for you to change the trajectory of your life so that you end up a winner at the end in Jannah. This happens today, you're freaking out. Why? Because you're only looking at today. And what's Allah looking at? Infinity. Literally infinity. Because Allah said, I created you to live for infinity in Jannah. What are you looking at? Today, tomorrow. Oh, I didn't get what I want. Oh my God, this bad news. But you don't know, out of this bad news, because you put your trust in Allah, Allah will never betray your trust. Out of that bad news, only Allah knows how many good news will happen. How many times did you miss a flight? Or did you miss something? Or something happened and then you were crying your eyes out and then you said, Alhamdulillah, I didn't do it. And Allah saved you from your own wishes. You know what the Arab poet said? ما كل ما يتمنى المرء يدركه رب امرئ حتفه فيما تمناه. Not everything the human wishes he will get. Because sometimes your death is in your own wishes. And you should be thankful that your wishes didn't come true. So, the mindset of the Prophet in the morning, I want to conquer, I want to accomplish, I want to win, I want the blessings, right? Next. This is something. You probably studied this, right? Before, right? So, this is the relationship between what? Performance and stress. If we go to the next one, it's really easier for you. Okay. So this is performance, right? And this is pressure. Not enough pressure, right amount of pressure, too much pressure, right? Not enough pressure, boredom. Okay. Here's something that I want you to maybe, if you're able to walk out with. We give a stress a bad name. Maskeen stress. He really gets so much backbiting and slandering from us. Imagine if we don't have stress in our life, right? Stress leads to growth. Stress leads to alertness. You become alert, fight or flight. We, the human species, are still alive because of stress. Because we knew how to run or to climb when it's necessary. Stress is a blessing from Allah, right? Stress leads to thinking fast, thinking quickly. It saves lives when you're stressed out. Because the way Allah designed you physically, stress is something good. What happens when you don't have stress? What causes stress? Problems. Imagine you don't have problems in life. Imagine you have zero stress. You know, you all wish that. You know, I was listening to National Public Radio. This girl inherited $200 million from her parents. She could not enjoy life. She was just thinking, I'm going to buy this car, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy that. She said, I lost the taste of life. I didn't know my parents left that much money for me. So she is not able to live. She's in college, she's not able to live. This is on National Public Radio. You can go and find out. She went and donated the entirety of $200 million. She went and got a job, registered in school, and went through the normal struggles of life because she said, that is joy. To have a problem, right? To have something to struggle with. What life is when everything you want is there? What kind of life is that? So she went, studied communication, grew up. Some of her old friends started knowing her. Oh my God, this is the crazy girl that donated $200 million and left with nothing. But then they found that she's way much happier than them. So they started asking for her consultation. So she started going and consulting them. The parents found out. So one parent told another. She ended up opening an organization for healing the sickness of the children of rich people. And now she's making millions because of that. Do you understand? This is true story. She did not want life without stress because it's boredom. Imagine you're sitting down in a palace, right? You want to go get a glass of water? No, 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 no. You don't need to go get a glass of water. We'll bring you a glass of water. I want to go to school. Why do you want to go to school? Just sit down. People go to school to have money and make a job. You don't need a job. I want to go out and visit my friends. No, no, no. We'll bring you your friends to you. Okay, I want to go out for a... No, no, no. We'll take you. You're like, can you leave me alone? Can I do something? Like, can someone leave me alone? Right? So, this is what happens. You know what's our problem? Our problem is that small problems becomes big problems. Small problems becomes big problem, right? When you don't have a big, when you don't have a big problem, what happens? Small problems become big. So if you have a problem and you're finding no solution to it, I have a suggestion for you. Go and find a bigger problem. The bigger problem is going to make the smaller problem smaller and smaller and smaller, and it will fade away. Do you know what problem Allah gave us? The world. We Muslims. Do you know what problem Allah gave us? Allah said, I created you so that you are a witness, a testimony to the world. It's your job to be responsible for yourself, for your family, for your extended family, for your community, for the society, for the nation, for humanity, for the planet. It's your problem to establish justice in the world. How? By establishing policies that prevent oppression, stand against the oppressor, stand with the oppressed. It's your job in this world to give charity and mercy, be it a smile or help, physical help or money. It's your problem in this world to speak the truth and preach the truth. Like, speak it. When people ask you, when it's time to speak, speak. Don't be shy. So Allah gave us 4 goals. 1, to know the truth, embrace the truth, love the truth, listen to the truth, serve the truth, speak the truth. What's one of Allah's names? The truth. So we're talking about Allah. 2, be responsible for everything. 3, establish justice. 4, be merciful. So Allah gave you 4 goals. In order to fulfill these 4 big goals, Allah said, I give you 4 resources: time, health, wealth, intellect. And then Allah tells you, well, by the way, on this journey, you're going to have 4 enemies that are going to pop for you. Your nafs, shaitan, bad company, temptation of life. And by the way, you need 4 things. The way, recite the Quran, do tazkiyah, learn the book, learn the wisdom. And by the way, you need 4 steps. You need a group. آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. That's a sirat al-mustaqim. When people say like, what is a sirat al-mustaqim? Everything is defined, milestone, step by step by step by step. And they go in 4s and 5s and 6s and 7s and 8s. They go in sets. Very clear. So do you know why we're on earth? Life is a problem. Life is a stress, and we are here to solve that problem. That's why we're alive. That's the whole thing. Do you know what you're going to get in Jannah? None of this. None of this. There will be no problem. But imagine you are rushing the reward, like you go and get hired. Facebook hired me. Woo! Day 1. Please pay me the salary. Habibi, you didn't work for 1 month. Why you want the salary? Sit down and work. I want the salary now. I can't wait. I want to buy my first car. Shh. Go to work. I want Jannah now. Shh. Go through the thing, man. Shh. You're going to get paid handsomely. Don't worry. No, but I want it now. Okay, first of all, Allah gave us so much joy in life. There's so much variety in life. There's so much color. There's so much fun. There's plenty. But when you want life to be Jannah, it's not going to be Jannah for you. And that's the problem. All of us want Jannah, and all of us want to go to Jannah, but we want it here, and it's not happening. So we get frustrated. So we need to adjust the expectation of ourselves. We need to adjust the expectations from life. We need to know on whom we rely on, right? And we need to change our mindset, and we need to stop running away from stress and start seeking stress. Seek your own. You know you came here because you had a dream. You're going through school because you chose this stress. And you know it's such a pleasure that you have even the power to choose. Your problems, your nightmares are someone else's wishes around the world. You know when you say, oh my God, I'm telling my dad, the car is breaking apart, and he keeps on saying the car is, okay, you know what you're complaining? The girl, God knows in your country, doesn't have a car, doesn't go to school, doesn't have a problem. Your problems is her dreams. Your nightmares are her wishes or his wishes. So let's thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You're here because of something that you decided. And mashallah, the world needs you, the ummah needs you, the Muslims need you. Look what's happening to the environment, look what's happening to humanity, look what's happening to the society. Wallahi, I believe it's Muslims who are going to solve. Everybody is beating us and beating on us and everybody this and that, and they want you to hate yourself. They took your land from you. They took your money from you. They took your economy from you. They took your resources from you. Now only two things left, your identity and your faith, and they're taking it from you to leave you with nothing. So much Islamophobia, Muslim kids are running away from Islam because that's the only thing that they didn't take from you. We are the spoils of war for someone else. Take everything and leave them with nothing. Can you leave me with something? Can I have my identity? No. Can I have my culture? No. Can I have my faith? No. You get to have nothing. Why? So that's why, brothers and sisters, I say, change your outlook on life. Allah is with you. Allah is with you. And because Allah is with you, you can make it. Not because you can make it, but yourself. And believe me, the future is beautiful and bright and so much potential for you, inshallah Rabbil Alameen. So my thing is, thank you.